reminding you to wait, to wait. In another timeline, there was no big cities like Winnipeg, Ottawa, Toronto, in Canada. There was nothing but backwoods survivors in the whole country. And the reason for that is because in another timeline, truckers did not exist. Semi-trucks did not exist. So therefore, cities in Canada did not exist. You get what I'm saying there? What I'm saying there is this is Temporal Rick from the Wise Man Say YouTube channel, and I'm giving you the void there. You void, yeah. So now, J. Patrick Morgan, the Wise Man Say dude, and we're going to hit you with the real apolitical news now. The subject, I had just watched it and made darn sure that the shirt went right back on today for real apolitical news, because that's what Freedom Convoy 2022 in Canada is showing, some faith over fear. They're not worried about reprisals from the government or people in general. They're just marching on up to Ottawa, rolling on up to Ottawa, and supporting each other there in Ottawa against the vaccine mandates. There was one page, Tamara's page for the Freedom Convoy 2022 group. Her account was taken down, which essentially shut off all the live the live video feeds that were going into that group. That was reported on TikTok earlier today. The tow truck drivers are not wanting to tow away trucks. They've declined all that. They've said that they've had COVID, but that remains to be seen. Maybe they did have COVID, maybe they didn't, but the tow trucks are not going to be towing trucks. And they're basically making it sound like we're the hateful, violent people, the ones that support this, but the opposition has shown themselves to be quite a bit more hateful in all of this sort of thing. It inspired a convoy to Washington, D.C. on the United States side. And the United States is supporting everybody up there in Ottawa. But the video feeds that really show that the regular news is lying, that this is just a small group of trucks and a small fringe number of people and so on and so forth. Those, that's what they're trying to shove way down the mainstream social media news feeds. Anything that has to do with the convoy, they're trying to soft censor it and make sure that it doesn't get out there at all. Well, I won't be soft censored, because this stuff goes up on YouTube and Rumble, and if they kill it from YouTube, Rumble doesn't do that. Kill it for political purposes, things that YouTube and other mainstream outlets might do. So it's still going up, and it still will be found, at least on the Rumble channel. Okay, the truth is, mandates for the truckers to be vaccinated in order to cross province lines and cross it back and forth into the United States and so on and so forth. They don't handle the merchandise. That's all done by the warehouse people. They pretty much keep to themselves other than turning in some paperwork, that paperwork can be put inside plastic laminate, so every time the paperwork is passed to somebody, you know, they can spray it down with a disinfectant or something like that and not mess up the paperwork inside, and all kinds of things that they can do concerning that. The vaccine does not prevent the spread. They've already said that. That's why they still want you to mask up and social distance even after you've got vaccines and boosters, because it does not prevent the spread. The X-nays, that whole thing right there, as far as general spread. And, you know, truck drivers can sanitize when they go into hotels, and they have the public truck stop showers in some places and like that. You know, they can wash their hands and do all that kind of thing just like anybody else, and there's really no reason to push for mandates of truckers to be vaccinated whatsoever. There's no reason to push for mandates whatsoever, because coronavirus has been shown to be highly treatable. But when you say anything of the sort, they push those doctors out that have these highly treatable things, because they want the vax. They don't want the ivermectin. They don't want the vitamin nutrient optimization in people, and they don't want they don't even want people, as per me in my post, knowing how to unclog their lungs without going to a hospital, unclog their lungs right in their own house. The reason anybody would go into the hospital for COVID is because they can't breathe. If you can breathe, treat yourself at home, and you can stay breathing, you don't need to go to a hospital. Not for COVID anyway. This whole freedom thing, it's gotten support from people in the country of Sweden and a few other European countries as well. So the small fringe amount of people is definitely not the case. Some of these groups are up into the hundreds of thousands on Facebook, the Freedom Convoy Facebook groups and pages. So, small minority, it is not. Real apolitical news says small minority, it is not. And the videos that I have, I'm going to keep including them on the Wise Man Say Facebook page. And I'm going to be flipping links over to some of the other pages, so that way people can go ahead and go see those without interference from Facebook and Twitter and other places that might try to shut those links down. Now, there are four-wheelers showing up there with food for truckers, for anybody else that may be without something and like that. As I had suggested early on, when they started giving trouble letting truckers go into certain businesses and this, that, and the other thing, I suggested, well, we'll have rolling stores, SUVs and regular trucks full of just nothing but food and other supplies that you might need going into a store, and be rolling around where the truckers and protesters are to make sure they have all those things. Bring them in from outside, because they're not going to let you shop from inside if they think that you're part of the protest. You know, bring them to Ottawa with you from outside somewhere. And I really don't recommend you indicating that you're doing this for the protest while before your purchase is done at whatever store outside of Ottawa, just in case they try to encourage stores to do the same thing in the outer areas for people coming in. I would, anything you say about it, I would say after the purchase was already made and the purchased items are already on their way to the vehicle. And then just, hey, yeah, by the way, we're, uh, so, yeah, J. Patrick Morgan, real apolitical news. End of day's discussion is also a short clip concerning the Freedom Convoy. Let freedom ring. And we're ringing those bells, letting that freedom ring. We report. Yes, it's J. Patrick Morgan, the wise man say, dude, on this Freedom Convoy real apolitical news special. We're going to continue with the Freedom Convoy, even with the music. Yes, even with the music here. So this music piece, the wise man say, dude, has always been known for annoying the hard rock crowd by completely changing around hard classic rock songs into a whole other style that is like taboo to do to people's favorite classic rock, hard rock songs. And so we're going to twist around some Twisted Sister into, because truckers typically tend to listen to more country music and rock. Those that do listen to rock, my apologies, I'm talking about typical here. And so we're going to generate some Twisted Sister country style in the name of Freedom Convoy Canada 2022 here. Well, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. We got the right to choose it. There ain't no way we'll lose it. This is our right, this is our song. Oh, you're so condescending. Your goal is never ending. You don't know where you don't belong. Like in our bodily autonomy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're right, we're free, we'll fight, and you'll see that we're not gonna take it. Oh no, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. We're not gonna take it. No, we just ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it, the vaccine or anything else, anymore. Alright, so D. Snyder can kill me later. And yeah, let's just keep on supporting that Freedom Convoy, because there's one going on to DC on the United States side as well. Not sure all the details on that, but I'm going to be looking at that throughout this weekend to see what we can cover on that for next week. Thank you to all the truckers and the protesters and all the people that showed up in Ottawa to say we're not going to take it. anymore. So, like, dude, alter ego here, and welcome to So Like Dude. And dude, they try to make things look small when they're big, and they try to make things look big when they're small. That's a focus trick, a hocus pocus focus trick, dude. It's like what the man uses to say, look at this here, but don't look at this here. Who put all the focus on something else besides this here. You know, this here. They don't want you to see this here, they want you to see that there. And I'm starting to sound a little bit like Temporal Rick with the here and there thing. But, yeah. So, we're looking at a freedom convoy to Washington, D.C. on the American side, dude. And I think that is just a righteous cause there. That's pretty rad that we got so many truckers up in Ottawa and so many non-truckers supporting those truckers, and they're all up in Ottawa. If it was like such a really small, amount. Yeah, these figures, see how big they look? That's their really small amount, dude. That's their small amount here. Let me magnify it for you. That's their small amount. And, yeah, small amount. Then why are the streets so crowded that people can't get through in certain spots? Why is there so many of them that it's blocking off places? So why, how does just a few trucks and a few people cause so much commotion, as they keep saying on the mainstream news where all those political morons hang out? It's just amazing how huge this is, while they say small amount, and at the same time they're complaining, oh, it's causing this and that, because it's a big amount, bitch. Yeah, it's a big amount, so quit saying small amount, dude. Dudettes. It's a big amount, or you wouldn't be complaining about the big amount. Did I say that right? Well, anyways, this has been Alter Ego with the next edition of So Like Dude. Alright, so for end of days discussion for February 3rd of 2022, we're going to stick with the Freedom Convoy 2022. Freedom Convoy Canada 2022, and there's one going to DC, I believe now. So we're you probably found that part out quicker than me, because I had to stop for a day and jump back into the whole subject. But in terms of end of days, there is I don't know, maybe a scripture reference to, like, all things done in darkness shall be brought into light, and we're praying for that, because when they're trying to keep these protests low on the social media news feed for most people, that also leaves them windows to pull little crap politically against the oppressively against the whole trucking movement into Ottawa. And we've obviously had some huge lack of cooperation with the city of Ottawa concerning it. So you're going to see a lot more of what's happening concerning that. And in the meantime, for end of days discussion, we're just praying, because we know about the pharmakia things that are behind all these mandates, and for God, we are pushing against those things, and will continue to do so. So that's going to end us with end of days discussion for this go round, and you're going to be hearing more from our famed wise man say characters.